storytellers, it's time to learn.
Let's listen to the robot's latest masterpiece while we're waiting for everybody to show up.
Showkeys here with wisdom to share. Core store insights will take you there. From inventory moves to flash sale might, we're gearing up to win the fight. Black Friday, core tools ready, steal the show. Maximize sales, capture the land with Core Force, Core Store, and Corella Spade. Coats in the zone with e-commerce dreams. Core Force setups building revenue streams. Bundles, kits, and website flair. Every sale's a win when the tools are there. Joel's in the house with a marketing plan. Capture those contacts, yes you can. Together we'll conquer the holiday craze. Drive foot traffic, stack deals and amaze. It's not just tools, it's the way to connect with customers who'll never forget. Black Friday, here we go. Core tools ready, steal the show. Maximize sales, capture the lead with Core Force, Core Store, and Corella Space. This bootcamp's fire, we're leading the way. Your sales will soar, starting today. So join the team, let's make it great. Black Friday magic, it's your face.
How we feeling?
Feeling great.
Are we feeling good?
Absolutely.
Hey, Oki, are you in Los Angeles? Are you guys having an earthquake?
A little bit. I'm a little worried today.
He's way too excited.
Right by the fault line. Sorry, guys.
Hey, no, seriously. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm still experiencing internet issues, so if for some reason I drop out, we're gonna have a future webinar, probably in another week or two, probably after Black Friday, covering how Corella can help you follow up on all the leads that you're gonna collect during those 2 or 3 days of just insane shopping. So be on the lookout for that. What I want to do first is I want to start off with a couple of tips or tricks for you guys. You've got a captive audience in your shop. If you play music, if you do anything like that, you need to be making custom music for your shop. If you've got a sale going, if you're trying to push a certain product, let the AI go ham on your freaking music, right? Just ask it to write. I went today and I used it was the dumbest prompt ever. I'm like, hey, I want to play a song telling people about sales that I'm going to be having on ammunition and guns. I gave them I didn't tell them what type guns. So literally I just said firearms, I think. And this is what it came up with. So I'm going to play a couple of verses on this, but this will show you what you can do when you just go talk to the robot. So let's listen to Christmas in the Gun Shop.
Rifles gleaming under Christmas lights, savage arms and Weatherby's in sight. The warmth of walnut, the gleam of steel, a perfect gift that feels so real. Whoa, it's Christmas in the gun shop, my friends. Deals on ammo and a Glock 10.
Okay, so you see what I'm talking about. You have a captive audience. They're walking around your shop. We're constantly walking around being bombarded with information, right? Hey, it's fair game. They're walking around in your shop. You need to be putting your message out there. And I may be having internet issues right now. If I am, I'll be dropping out. Can you guys see me okay still?
Yep.
We can hear you fine.
All right. So that's the first thing I wanted to share. create some custom music. You can even do videos. You can throw custom images on your TVs if you have TVs around. Just start using all the tools that weren't really widely available last year to up your game this year to entertain, inform, educate, and sell to those customers that have made their way into your shop. Now, a lot of times people are going to come in your shop. They're probably looking for something in particular, right? If you've been pushing a certain item and you're out, they very well could walk out of your shop and never return. So I would encourage you to have a plan for that, right? They may never walk into your shop again. You need to always think of that. Those people that step foot, that cross that threshold of the entrance into your business, that's a huge deal, right? You should probably have like a band welcoming everybody in, because it's such a big deal to have people come in your shop, be there physically. Would you please stop sending me messages? If it sounds great, I don't need to hear that. Okay. So no, seriously, thank you. No, but when someone walks in your shop, it's a huge deal because they've put in the effort to get in their vehicle to get to your place of where you're selling whatever it is that you're selling. So if you don't have the items that they're looking for, there's no reason why you can't convince them to give you their contact information, because it doesn't, just because you don't have it today doesn't mean, hey, if you give us your contact information, we can let you know when it's back in stock. Don't just say, and I know you may have employees that they don't care as much as you, obviously, because they don't have ownership in the business. But if you just have that, that type community in your shop to where it's like, hey, well, let me get your information and we'll let you know when the stuff comes back in. So what I would encourage you to do, and we've done this here, I'm going to flash a QR code up on the screen. And this QR code basically is going to do what your Oh, you guys are, I thought you were raising your hand. I'm like, you don't have to raise your hand. This QR code is basically doing for us what you want it to do for your customers. So what you're going to do is you're going to pull out your phone. You're going to scan this QR code. It's going to take you to a landing page, and it's going to tell you a little bit about Corella and what Corella can do for you. Now, basically what we did is we created a customer profile builder, right? So when you go in and you're going to go in and fill out your information, you're going to tell us what of those items that you're interested in. And then we're going to put you in a workflow and then get back to you later on with more detail on what you're interested in. This is something that you can do in your shop. You may have 2 or 3 guys come in. One guy's there for a particular item. The other 2 are just hanging around. There's no reason why you can't get everyone's contact information, right? So if they're paying, at the credit card, our terminals, you can put custom banners up. And I think Josh is going to talk a little bit about this. Have a custom QR code made to where it takes them to your own customer profile builder if you're a Corella user, so that you can find out what people are interested in. You can have them scan that code. It takes them to a form that you've built. And then they can tell you, hey, I'm interested in 9mm. I'm interested in Glock. I'm interested in this. So that when you start later on, when July rolls around, you're going to be looking, oh my gosh, business is really slowing down. This is getting crazy. You've got an arsenal of contacts that you can reach out to, and you know exactly what they want because they took the time to tell you. So I would really encourage you. It may not seem that important right now, but I would really encourage you. Really think 6 months to 12 months into the future. What do you want to happen 6 to 12 months into the future? What do you want that customer to look like? Do you want them to, do you want to have to start out at square one with them where you're like, hey, what are you interested in, man? Or do you want to communicate with them in a way that they feel like they're being, hey, these people really care about me. They know I like 9mm. They know I like Glock. And that's usually all I see from them. And that, my friends, is why Amazon murders everybody because Amazon knows exactly what you want. Well, you can be that in your community for this industry. So think outside the box. Think about different ways that you can educate, inform, entertain those people that come in your shop. And most importantly, get their information. Get that contact information. That person that doesn't buy anything could be the guy that spends $25,000 with you next year. You never can tell. And don't go by the way they're dressed. I had an uncle who was loaded, and if you looked at him, you'd be like, "What tent do you live in down by the river?" So
burlap sacks.
Huh?
Wearing burlap sacks around.
Burlap sacks. His boots had duct tape on them, and I'm like, man, I admired it because it's like I knew who he was. He didn't care if anybody else knew who he was, but you knew he had money. Well, we did. So what I want you guys to do is look at your customers the same way. It's a huge deal for someone to step foot in your physical brick and mortar store. You may take that for granted because you see it every day or you're focused on something else. But as soon as you see a new shoe hit that tile on your floor, you need to be like, man, that's a big deal. What are we going to do to capture his information so that we can talk to him about what he wants to talk about later on when we're slow, right? Because July, August, May, whatever your slow month is, it's going to roll around. So start building that arsenal of emails, contacts, whatever it is, so that you can kick up your business when it's time. So with that, do you guys have any questions or anything? I don't think anybody else is. I know Josh is here. He is in the comments. So thank you for that, man. So we're going to be able to address everyone. That's all I've got with Corella. We will be going a little bit deeper in what Corella can do, but the most important thing right now, have a way to capture people's contact information, whether that be putting a QR code on your screens around your shop, on that credit card terminal, which we can, Josh can walk you through that, how to put a custom banner up, or physically printing it out and just laying it somewhere. Right. And then encouraging people to do it. And today people are very paranoid. And you have every right to be, because I've seen some really sketchy stuff in regards to QR codes. But when people come in your business, you're providing them a level of trust and security that they expect. So let them know, hey, we're only going to take this information and talk to you about things that you want to hear about. And we're going to put you in some drawings that we're going to be having. So do it. I'm telling you, if I walk into a shop, they don't have what I need, but they do have a QR code. It's not going to hurt me to put myself on another email list so that I can add to my 500,000 emails that I haven't read yet. Right. And I could win something. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Oki and Colt, but I think Colt's going to go first. You're going to go first, right, Colt? Oh, wait.
First.
The nose.
I'm going to go.
I don't know what that is.
Gotcha.
No.
So
yeah, I was last.
I'm going to back out because Oki's video is really bad and it's probably my service. I'm going to take this QR code off the screen so it's not a distraction to everyone. And then when you guys need something put up on the screen, just tell me and I will make sure it happens. Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Take it away, guys.
All right, guys. Well, I hope everyone's having a great, Wednesday today. I know last week we hit on some analytics. Today is capturing data. It's the name of the game, as Joel was hitting on. We want to be able to obviously reach out to these clients during the holiday season, after the holiday season. I feel, there's a few things we can do just in general for accuracy, speed to keep your lines moving, and to have additional outreach and data collection for the customers. I don't know how many of you have this nifty little scanner here. Obviously, use it for your inventory, checking people out, keeping the line moving. But one great feature of these Terra barcode readers, besides being super cheap, if we could, Joel, can you throw up my screen here just so I can kind of touch base on this? If you guys are not using this to take advantage during the holiday season, I know a big thing is keeping your lines moving, getting to the next customer. Ease of use and speed are huge during holiday rushes. So let's say you do have a new client come in, as Joel was hitting on, but they are going to make a purchase. What's great about this is we can simply go in and hit the little driver's license icon right on your sales screen and scan the back of your driver's license here. And that's going to go ahead and populate information for us. So not only are we going to get accurate information, you don't have to have your clerk sit there and hand type in, the name, address information of this client. Simply go ahead and scan it and hit save. And now we have Joshua John Oki as a customer in the system. We have his address information, etc. So we have collected this new client. Really straightforward, really simple. Once again, these are the Terra scanners. I think they work great for obviously your checkout process, adding new customer information, especially if they're going to be purchasing a firearm. You're going to be able to glean all that information right off the driver's license by scanning that 2D barcode. As you know, another place, this is more going to be about hardware, keeping everything moving. Another thing that Joel hit on briefly was our Coreware terminals. So yes, set up your branding on that. Go ahead and run ads, use it for ad space, run your upcoming sales. Now we do have this nifty little feature in here under Coreware. If you guys are using the Coreware integration, and then underneath Portal, we'll go ahead, let me switch over to there here. As you can see, there is a terminals option where you can establish your branding for your terminals. You can create, little slideshows. So once again, you come up with your graphics, your ads. You can go ahead and load those right onto your 8500s or your 6200 terminals, just giving you another option to reach your customer, especially at the at the point of sale, or to notify them of upcoming sales. Another great feature of using these Coreware terminals with us is if you look under your company locations here, let me swap back over to Core Store. There's actually additional options available for these terminals to help with collecting information. So to show you, under your credit card processor here, Coreware, you can actually prompt them for their name, prompt them for their email, and prompt them for their phone number. So turning that information or turning those sections on, you don't have to sit there and ask, hey, what's your email address? And go ahead and, bog down your clerk by typing it in or misspelling, the phone number, the email address, etc. The client will be prompted to do that and will collect that information right from the terminal. I think this is a great way to obviously get more marketing material for your customers, because you are going to get their phone number. So if you do any SMS text, you'll have that on file, or your client's email. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with Coreware, our processing, we do have just a web page. It's coreware.com. And just to give you a little glimpse here, under the devices, we have the 8500. I really love the sleek look of this terminal. The screen is, oh, sorry, I'm having a problem scrolling down. My mouse is broke. The screen is nice for your ad space, to have your company branding flow across. And obviously, this is going to streamline the checkout process because you have direct integration. So no going over to the terminal, punching in the amount, swiping the card, and then going back into the point of sale and making sure, you match that payment type with your established payment methods. So that's it on the Coreware side. What the other suggestion I've seen, just from going into brick and mortar stores on our side is, they call them doorbusters. I just see, employees out there with a tablet in hand. We also offer a 6500, which is a wireless terminal. So you guys have your extra, your clerks out there with tablets helping on the floor. You can go ahead and process sales right on the floor, keep people off of the lanes. So there's a few different options out there to help you streamline, collect information, and just make the overall shopping experience for your client speedy, beneficial, and preferred. That's really all that I have currently.
So
as far as,
real quick.
Oh, hey, wow,
hey, I'm
scare
back.
me.
Boo. Hey, so Dean, I would say so because it's if it's on the card, obviously that's the person with the money. So I would absolutely do that. Also, Oki, we probably should have briefly went over what we went over in our last one just to catch everyone up because that was action packed as well. And I completely forgot about it. But can you go over and you may have thought more about like what are some other reports that people can weaponize to be able to really start targeting their customers with things that they want to see. So just anything that you
Yeah.
think of, just throw it out there. And also you want to throw your screen back up? There you go.
What?
And you can let me know when you're ready to see that.
Yeah, go ahead and you can throw that up. So for those of you who missed the webinar last week, we went over identifying key targets. So there are some good reports that you can use to help find your top and bottom purchasing customers from you, your top and bottom selling inventory, and even inventory aging, which I think is probably the most important report. So you can identify the basically your slowest moving inventory. You want to be able to get that out of your store. You want to be able to spend your money on items that are actually moving so you can make a profit. Too much do I see people going out and buying, big ticket items that move once every 3 years. I mean, that to me is just a mismanagement of money. You obviously want to be selling products that are going to move quickly, have a decent margin. So in your report section of Corestore, to find some reporting options under the sales option, we have a quick, let's see here, and I was using the customers, and then the summary report. And in here, you can use this to identify your top and bottom selling customers. Once again, you can go through any date range. I'm just going to use all time. If you wanted to be more specific to your holiday season to see what your top selling items were last year, you can run that for the custom date range. You also have your, do you want to look by total number of sales? How many times have I sold this item? Has it been greater than, 1, 2, 3, etc.? Usually, I like to look at the total spent and not really the number of sales. It's really going to be up to you and what you guys want to look down. So I always say, greater than, I want to find everyone who spent more than $500 with me. Go ahead and submit that, and you'll get a nice little report. I only have a few clients in this testing system. You can also use those filters the other way, back into the total spent. Let's say less than 500. So you guys can market to these prospective clients because it's a whole untapped potential of income if you reach out and try to engage with your bottom buying customers. The other reports I would really take a look at is if you search aging here. Age. The age inventory report is excellent. And we talked about some ways to weaponize this last week as far as taking your bottom selling items and creating a kit with a top selling item inside of Corestore and marketing those kits, because now you're making item. Here you can just run this for all. I mean, you can switch your filters if you want to see by a manufacturer or brand. But if I go ahead and hit submit here, it's just going to give me a nice little report of anything that's been in inventory. So I have current, like these AirPods, they're current in inventory. They haven't been in here for 31 to 60 days. So all of my items up at the top here are moving pretty quick, but you can see this earbud ear pads here. They've been in 19 of them have been stocked for 61 to 90 days, which, is probably okay. The biggest thing I would take a look at is any inventory that you're having as over 90 days, because it's not moving fast enough. If you're not selling these, out in a quarter, there's something wrong. As far as other reporting options, Joel, I know you were hitting on some things earlier, as far as, hey, these guys love 9mm, or they love Glock, etc. So you could actually go ahead and if you want to target based off specific manufacturers, perhaps, SIG or someone's running a holiday deal and you want to get that out there, you could actually just go in and, run some item report for, once again, top selling inventory would be great. And you can go ahead and establish either the supplier or the category to go ahead and find those top selling items in there and who purchased the product. That way you can market that based off of, hey, they bought items from Glock or SIG or whatnot, and actually target based off of brand or specific products. If you guys are going to be running, any kind of additional sales on those items, you can target those clients who do purchase them a lot. Let's see here. Trying to think if there was any other report that I might have cleaned over here real quick. I think that's it on the core.
Are you there, Colt?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Sorry about that, guys.
Completely.
I thought I was the one that had internet issues, but evidently Oki's got some serious internet issues. You're back with us, Oak?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
We didn't hear like the last 10 minutes. It was just silence.
Yeah, if you could start over.
You can just go ahead and start over.
Are you guys messing with me right now?
Yeah, we are, man.
Oh God!
Hey,
I only have one monitor up, so
you do have a horrible signal. However, what you're covering right now is available in our little battle pack, right? So we can share that. Okay. So
so everything is available on Coreware still, and if I could drop a link in there for you guys here. Let me get to that. Sorry, Joel. Go ahead. I'll grab the link.
So what we're going to do is we're going to provide this link for you. It's our Black Friday battle pack. And basically it doesn't just pertain to Black Friday. It's just, we know as retailers, because we're all in retail, we're all thinking Black Friday. So it's a marketing gimmick. Excuse me. It just is. And you're here. So what we want to do is we want to give you this so that you can go in and really learn how to use our solutions, because I'm telling you right now, a lot of people, again, I'll keep bringing up my phone. I have no idea everything my phone can do. I just don't. New updates come along. The only thing I really learn is like how to make a phone call, right? And they're constantly adding, features and functions, and stop typing. And so yeah, you Oki. So you're killing me, man. You've completely derailed my train of thought. And you know how rickety my train is. But what we want to do is we want to empower you as retailers that are using our solution. So if you do not currently, if you're not signed up for our newsletter, Core Weekly, drop your email in the comments. We'll make sure to get you on that, and we're going to send out another Black Friday specific Core Weekly out this week with some tips and tricks, a really enlightening blog on Black Friday and how you can capitalize on it, and also a link to that battle pack, the Black Friday battle pack. So with that, I think we're going to move over into Colt's area of expertise, which is CoreForce. And what I want you guys to, there's a brain trust here of CoreForce and CoreStore. So if you users out there are wanting to know, hey, well, I'm doing this, how can I make this work with it? If you have any questions like that, now's the perfect time to ask, because you've got the two brainiacs of CoreStore and CoreForce here, and we'll be able to answer those questions. But to kick everything off, Colt's going to do his little portion, and then we'll come back for some questions. So I'm going to back out. Colt, let me know when you're ready for that screen, and I'll see you guys in a couple of minutes.
Absolutely. Joel, you can go ahead and throw it up now. I'll jump right in. So I'm just going to be talking about kind of some promotions here today. I'm going to be showing the advanced level, just because there's some extra features that I kind of want to touch on and everything like that. But these are mostly things that you can do in basic too, basic and standard. But I want to show just a couple of different variations. So we've got a demo site here spun up. And just under promotions, I've got this basically, 10% off. So again, this is advanced level, so you'll see a couple of different things like your specific audience types, stuff like that. So this is a very, very basic, hey, I'm going to put 10% off on, everything on the website. So with this, I'm going to go into, these are the rewards. It's literally just 10%. That's, it's $10 off actually. This is where you do percent. This is where you can do a flat fee. So if I wanted to change that and say, okay, I just want to do 10% off, do that there. And essentially what that does is makes it to where, a customer can put in this code right here, and then they'd get 10% off, their order essentially.
Now, Colt, is there a way on that we could make that auto apply if they just want it to always be 10% off for the
Yes,
holiday
absolutely.
season?
So and this applies for both basic and standard as well, but there's an option down here to apply automatically. So you can just click that checkbox, and that way, if a customer goes to load their shopping cart, so I'm going to do that right now. And now I don't have any, requirements or exclusions, so it's just a flat across the board, 10% off. So I'm going to save this real quick and bring up my shopping cart. So actually, I had a different promo code in here. So I'm going to remove that, refresh that, and it's going to be that promo code, and it's going to give me the 10% off. So with the promo code that y'all saw before was a different one that I'm about to touch on. But that's just a pretty straightforward. With that, on the advanced level and standard level, you can set up exclusions. So you can say like, I want to do, I could do requirements. I could say, okay, I want to do all firearms. But I want to make, I want to exclude, let's see, I want to exclude SIG or something like that.
So is the reason for us to exclude Colt, I guess, and I'm just asking a question. I'm sure users will have the same type of question, but a good reason to exclude products from this is perhaps you don't make a high enough margin to give 10% off, or maybe you have some really high ticket items where you don't want to give thousands of dollars off. So that's kind of where the exclusions and the requirements come into play.
Exactly. So the promotions engine is pretty robust. You can do a lot of different things with it. You can do BOGOs. You can do, buy this, get this 10% off type of stuff. But yeah, you have a set of requirements of what is required to hit this promotion, and then you have your exclusions. So like say for instance, you want to do a reward even of department discounts. Okay, let's say it's going to be firearms. So instead of just a 10% across the board, I'm just going to say, okay, it's going to be a 10% discount on firearms, but I don't want it to be SIG. I don't want that to apply to SIG. Or I don't want to, apply it to revolvers, something like that. And these work in tandem, so it'd be, SIG or revolvers, stuff like that. So it's a lot of different ways that you can play around with it. Again, this is kind of just a baseline. You can even on the advanced level, you can even go back into history. So like if you have a customer that purchased this, a month ago or this specific item, you can set up a requirement and say, okay, if they purchased a Glock 19, within the past, ever, then they apply for this promotion. They can get this promotion. So that way you can kind of restrict it to, even past history purchases, or you can set it up to where the requirements are, they have to have these items in their cart and purchase them for those rewards to apply. Again, advanced has the ability to do a specific audience. So if you say, for instance, you wanted to do a discount, a Black Friday deal, just specifically for, LE military, something like that. And you had user types set up for those people, you can do a promotion geared straight to them. And it would only apply to them.
And that would work great for buyers clubs too, I would imagine, if you want to give them a little pat on the back and say, hey, you're a buyers club member, let's give you an additional 10% off, and just have it targeted to those members. Once again, another way to help promote, I guess, a loyalty program or a buyers club program at your store, and get, if you charge a subscription fee, you get a little extra income from that monthly or annually, however you guys decide to do that too. So that's a great little feature, Colt.
Yeah, absolutely. And something else that's really, really important is you can set a start and end date on the promotions. Now, a lot of people get confused on this. I believe it's simplified on the CoreForce Basic side, but you'll see there's a start and an expiration date, but there's also a publish start and publish end date. This is essentially, at what point is the promotion able to be, like if you do the history of the purchase history and stuff like that, like what date does this fall in range of? The publish start date and end date is when, okay, people can start using this as at checkout and stuff like that. So you can set it starts November 1st and ends at November 31st. And then you publish it, on a specific Black Friday or something like that. Most people usually only set up, start date and end date of, this is when the promotion is valid. So that's the one that you want to go for. So like this one, for instance, the 10 I did off, the reason it worked when I did the shopping cart is because I had it set to start yesterday. So if I go in here and I set this to the 21st, minimum 21, let me delete this out just so we can go back to that. Save that. And I get my rewards, requirements. I know I did one for SIG solutions. There we go. Okay, I already took it off. Oop. Save that. Go back over to cart or go to, so you see it's already applied because it was auto apply. I refresh and now it's gone because it hasn't started yet. So that's another way that you can build these out, your promotions out, months and months in advance. There's no limit to where you can't, so if you already know what you're planning on doing, in January or, next summer, you can set those out and have them already set them up one time and then don't worry about them, because whenever it comes time for that promotion to kick in, that start date, it'll automatically start kicking in. You can coordinate it with all your marketing blasts and stuff like that. And that way it kind of all flows together and it's a less headache on you.
I got a question real quick.
Absolutely.
Because you're moving way too fast for Marine. Why did I say Marine? I meant me. Golly. Freudian slip. Hey,
brain.
So my question is this, Colt. How far out in advance can you schedule these, like sales or discounts or anything like that?
I just said you can schedule them out as far as you want.
Why?
Literally just
why? I'm sorry. Hey, Oki, can you please tell him I don't pay attention to anything that you guys are saying while you're saying it? So why would you want to schedule something out like way far out, Colt? From being an expert on CoreForce, why is that a powerful feature for our customers?
Yeah, like I was saying, you could schedule out if you already know that you're going to be running, a sale or something in January. It's good to go ahead and have that out of the way. That way you don't have to worry about, oh, it's, I've got to get this set up for next week. I was supposed to do that. You can go ahead and do it now and schedule out next January, because there's a show coming up and you're going to do a deal that time.
Right.
Go ahead and schedule all that out. Coordinate it with your marketing blast, your email blast, and stuff like that. Get the promotions in there ahead of time. Schedule out. I recommend people to schedule out at least like 3 months in advance, just so it kind of helps you. That way, these promotions are going automatically. They're starting automatically. They're ending automatically.
Right.
You don't have to keep up with this. You can always go in here and see, what promotions are set up and everything like that. You can go in and tweak them. So if it's a week before time or the day before, you can go in there and tweak it if you need to, but it's already
Right.
set and ready to go. So it's good to kind of have that. It's less headache on you on a regular basis.
All right, so I'm going to have a follow-up question, but I want to get Patrick's question out of the way. Is there a way for multiple promo codes per purchase? As a standard basic
No, not
user,
currently.
I cannot manually set a sell price and must use promo codes to put an item on sale.
That's not completely accurate because you can use sale prices and promo codes can stack on top of it. So sale prices can come from Core Store if you're using Core Store, or you can set up a different pricing structure and stuff too. But for checkout, there's only one promotion that can be used at the time of checkout.
Okay.
You can't discount a discount, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, my next question is, we were talking about, and I know I'm slow, Colt. I'm sorry. Just hang with me here, okay? When we're looking at, hey, I want to look further in the future and start planning out these sales coming from the Core Store side, Oki, can you tell us how maybe we can look at product or we can look at histories and stuff to maybe go on and plan the sales out to, like help the people. What I want everybody to walk away from this webinar with is, how do these things work together? Colt, you're excellent on this stuff, man. You know it. It's freaking awesome. Good on you. Oki, same thing. How can we bring these together to empower our users to really start thinking strategically rather than, hey, we got to sell next week, let's get this stuff done? How can we use the data that they already have access to, whether through Core Store or through Core Force, to really take a more strategic approach to their sales rather than just everything nipping at their heels? Because I know that's probably what a lot of people feel like. Hey, Black Friday is almost here. Before you know it, it's going to be over with. Like Oki and I, we talked last week about, you go to a place like SHOT Show, before you know it, the show's over with. You had all these plans and you didn't execute. So what I want you guys to do is just, I'm a regular Joe. I want to really take advantage of all the features of your solutions. Oki, what can I take? What report do I need to run, or group of reports do I need to run to figure out, here's what I want my sales to look like for the whole holiday season, right? And then obviously, if you do this, you can tweak everything throughout the year. So you could literally set your sales. You could set your next Black Friday sales before this Black Friday, right? And then just kind of tweak things as you go, because obviously we're not mind readers, but you do have a better pulse on your community than we do. And you can kind of make better estimated guesses than we can. So that's what I want you guys to talk about, is how they can utilize these two solutions together and really basically split the atom and murder these cells.
Yeah, absolutely. So, one thing as far as Core Force and Core Store working together is, if you do have both solutions, all your sales that are happening online are being fed into Core Store too. So if you look at one report that just jumps to mind is the detailed sales report under reports and then sales. You actually have the option to include your e-commerce transactions in the report, or just look at only e-commerce transactions. So you could run this report and see, hey, I just want to see my brick and mortar sales during the state range. So you can see what the walk-in traffic looked like last year during the holiday season. Or you can do only e-commerce, so you can gauge, hey, these products were really moving through the holiday season last year. I would highly recommend running that under the reports and then detailed sales report, and running that for your last holiday season, both for brick and mortar and for e-commerce, so you can gauge just what kind of traffic your site was handling and your brick and mortar store, so you can really fine tune, hey, I want to see more people walking into the store. So let's set up in Core Store higher discounts, bigger price rules to get those clients in front of you. That way you can build that relationship. Obviously with e-commerce, they're going to just get the sale automatically at checkout. There's no face-to-face. I really think driving the traffic towards the brick and mortar is the way to create, a lifelong customer. So yeah, I would really take a look at that detailed sales report, run that for last year, run it for both options of the e-commerce or to exclude e-commerce just to get your brick and mortar store information
And then
too.
I think like if I'm in retailer's shoes and you tell me that, I'm like, that's freaking excellent. But I also know, okay, I want to know I want to compare these two reports, right? I want to compare what I did online to what I did in store, because you're going to have some overlap, right?
Mhm.
You're going to have like, oh my gosh, this product sold well in store and online. So I really need to, and then you can start really planning out like the things that you need to stock up for next holiday season, or even, I mean, you can use it for anything. Again, remember this Black Friday thing. It's just sales, right? You just want to hit this really hard because people are looking for deals, but you can do this all year long. So you can take these reports and you can say, hey, here's the sales report from all that physical traffic. Here's the report from all that online traffic. Find the overlap, and then really start nailing that stuff, because who knows, if it's doing really well online, you could probably sell twice as much in your store. And then again,
Absolutely.
you may not be able to sell anything in your store because the online thing, it's like they're everywhere, right? You can't put them in a box.
COVID really messed people up. So a lot of people like to sit at home still, unfortunately.
Yeah. So, no, that's really good stuff. That's kind of what I wanted to hit on, because I know, we talk about things internal, but it's not apparent to people outside. The people that are standing behind the counter, the people that are talking to customers, they're not thinking about this all the time, right? So I just want to make it very, very clear, crystal clear, that, hey, there are many different things that you can do with our solutions to really maximize those sales, right? It's not just scan an item and get the people out of your store. It's, hey, capture that information, capture that contact information, really pay attention to what they're looking for digitally, right? We can digitally pay attention to what they're looking for when they fill out that customer profile builder. There are many different things that you can do to turn that, maybe one-stop shop customer into a lifelong customer, just by treating them with a little dignity and letting them know, hey, we actually care. And not that you really do, because you can do it digitally now. People can walk into your store and they think, hey, I know you. This is great. And you're like, I have no idea who you are. Well, you always send me emails, and everything that you send, I'm interested in. So really take advantage of the tools that are available to you now. You're right, Dean. The trick is to get the manufacturers to tell you in advance of more than a few days. That's absolutely true. I think maybe manufacturers are doing the same thing that we're encouraging you to do, right? Because they don't have a crystal ball. Their data is probably a lot better, but they tweak it. They're constantly paying attention to that data, and they're looking at it from a 40,000 foot view, whereas most retailers are in the bushes, right? You're very tactical in your sales. You're from battle to battle, and a manufacturer has to be war to war, right? So, really just start doing what the manufacturers do and figure out, and you'll be able to make some really, really good educated guesses just by looking at your track record, what people are interested in. And basically you get all that information from the customer, right? What are they interested in? What are they looking at on your website? What did they tell you they're interested in? That cuts through a lot of the confusion, just by asking them with that form, hey, what are you interested in? And that's all you're going to hear from us, right? Because when I get an email from anyone and it's like shotgun shells, I don't need shotgun shells, man. I don't hunt with a shotgun. Maybe I need to replace my shotgun shells because they're pretty old. And if the war starts tomorrow, maybe my stuff's not going to work. So maybe the universe is trying to tell me, huh?
Is there a shelf life on ammo?
I don't know. I know. I think anything that air touches, there's a shelf life on. So it's all we're all oxidizing away, right? But just by telling your customers or talking to them about what they want to talk about, that's how you get people in. Because I don't know if you know this or not, when you allow people to talk about themselves, they will go on forever. Will they not? They will go, Okie. They'll go on forever if you just let them talk. So let your
Yes.
customers talk, and they'll tell you everything that you need to know about them. And really, you can mold that customer into the image that you want them to be using our solutions. So,
And I've always heard the old, God gave you 2 ears to listen twice as much as you talk. So use that. You should use that in your relationship, but use it with your customers too.
yes, absolutely. Yeah. Hey, and it's just human relationships. That's all anything is. I'm learning that. I'm almost 50, and it took me this long to learn it. Like, we think that things are different. No, that doesn't know. If it's a human being with a heartbeat, it is literally just a relationship. And you have to just take care of it. You have to treat people with dignity and respect, and don't try to screw anybody over. And we are experts at treating our customers with dignity and respect, and trying to arm you with the things that you need to really crush in your sales. So, Colt, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Was there anything else that you were going to cover when I interrupted you?
Oh yeah, I had like 30 more minutes of stuff that
We
I
got
had
time.
planned
Let's
to
do it.
do and everything.
We got time. Let's do
No,
it.
no, we've got a few more minutes because I've got a hard stop. So, but I do have something else that I was going to show. You could go ahead and throw that up if you want.
All right.
So one of the other promotions I was going to run through real quick was like a reward for a product. So like, buy these 2 specific things and you can get this item free. Because I know that's what a lot of people, do. It's a very common thing to do. So something like that. I've just got this promo Colt test. So the requirement on the product is this Colt 1911. So minimum quantity to order is 1.
So is that stating I have to purchase this product then, right? To get, okay.
Yeah, so you have to be careful about the terminology, because like purchase is I don't want to mix it up, because there's a purchases tab. So purchases would be, I have to have this item in this cart, or
Okay.
if I went to do purchases, I would have to have purchased this in the past. So I just want to make that distinction, because that could be easily confused. Okay, so like under requirements, like product requirements, this item has to be in the customer's cart for it to, this promotion to be applied. And
there's not a way to game that then either. Like I can't put this in my cart and then throw in the other options with it and then remove it. The system's smart enough to know that.
Right. Yeah. If you try and throw it in there and remove it, it's gonna automatically refresh and update with your promotions. Yeah, that's a good point. And then the rewards is going to be this aluminum trigger. And then shipping charges is free for both of this. So I get a discount on this. And this is something else that's really nice, is to automatically add that product to the cart. So basically that way you can set up to where, okay, if a customer adds this, maybe they don't even know about the promotion. They add this item to the cart. If you have that checked, it'll automatically add it to the reward product to their cart. So that way it's less, of the customer having to go and search for that, reward free product or whatever. You can have it go ahead and add it for them. So like if I go back here, let's save this. And these are the items. This is the Colt 1911. Now, you notice I have something else in my cart. So it's still going to pick up on that, because it's not a big deal. Actually, because I jumped back and forth around. Let me go pod that. And automatically save that. You notice, even though I had the stuff in my cart, it didn't give me the promotion because I didn't have the apply promote automatically. So
okay.
Now it's applied. There's the promo. You notice this item, this is the trigger, this is a free item, comes up 0. This savings was already on that item, so it's not that savings. It's not giving that item a discount. It's just saying, and there's no discount on that 1911 that I'm purchasing either. So you'll see here promos already applied, and I can just go ahead and check out already in there.
And they get the free aluminum trigger with that purchase.
And they get
was
free trigger.
established.
And I believe,
One question I had, I know you might have another one to jump into, but real quick, if you have a second, Colt, product tags. I know, let's say you just want to do some individual items. Could we just tag a product with Black Friday and have that show as a filtering option if you don't want to do these price rules? Just something simple. I established a new price for this item and I want to flag it and have that be a selection when I search inventory. Is that something?
Yeah, so there's two ways you can go about doing that. And I'm gonna jump over to the Coreforce Basic. So for Coreforce Basic and Standard, you can do that. You can set up a Black Friday product tag and have it say, okay, any product with this tag, if they have this in their cart, then they can get the reward.
Okay.
And again, you can set minimum rewards quantities. So like say if it's like, the magazines or something like that, you can do a minimum quantity of 5 or something like that. So it's still kind of flexible that way. But yeah, you can absolutely go in, create a product tag, tag the products that you want to be in the promotion, and do it that way. Now, where it gets a little bit more flexible in the advanced level is you can set up something called promotion sets. So promotion sets are basically, think of them as a set of products that you regularly want to group together. That way you can keep using that promotion set over and over. You don't necessarily want to tag it, but you can do it's kind of like a way of tagging it. But you can group those together, and then you can do those for multiple different promotions, whether it be now or later or whenever. So that's just a little a nice feature with the advanced level. So jumping back over to basic, you'll see the difference between the two with the options and everything. You still have the start and expiration date, the minimum amount, apply automatically, and then of course the tags and requirements and rewards.
Excellent, Charles.
I think that was all I had left then.
Hey, so I've got a question.
Yep.
Can you tag things, Colt?
This guy. Oh.
Hey, no, seriously, this would be I think this was really epic. Again, we don't know what people are looking for out there, but that is I want to ask one more question to you guys, because you're at the top of your game when it comes to the point of sale and e-commerce game. Okie, you're first. No, actually, Colt, you're first. Colt loves being in the spotlight. Colt, what if you had, like, everybody listening right now, if you had one thing to tell them, like, hey, really use this particular feature in Coreforce to really maximize your sales this holiday season, what would that be? What trick can you give them? Like, what are you seeing that people are doing more of, or what are you seeing people asking for that we actually do? Just give the people a little nugget that they can walk away with.
I mean, in all honesty, it would probably be the promotions. I see a lot of people leveraging them more and more and doing some crazy stuff with them. Setting up, BOGOs and stuff like that, setting up, buy 2 of these, get 1 free, which is kind of what I know from a consumer standpoint. If I see, if Amazon, we'll take as an example, if I see something that I'm looking at, and now they have a nice little checkbox that says, apply a coupon, which is the same thing as, applying this promotion. And it'll get, it's 5% off or 3% off. Yeah, absolutely. Like,
I'm always looking for
just
that
my consumer mindset. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, like, that's definitely the one that I would say, take a look at more, play around with it a little bit more, because it can really make a difference. just speaking
Okay.
as a consumer mindset.
No, and that's what we want. I mean, if we're speaking as developers or people that make software, that's not what people. That's not the guy that's walking in your store wanting to give you money. So that's who we want to mimic when we're talking about this. What about you, Oki? You have
Really,
one thing to say that to use Core Store to really maximize their sales.
start a loyalty program or a buyer's club. I think using that even through the holiday season, just giving an incentive to a customer to give you more money for them to give you better discounts is huge. Um, and really item kits. I've been hitting on that a lot because I think item kits is just a really great thing. You want to put your fast selling item in there and throw some low selling items in there to get them moving. Just give them the feeling that, hey, this is a great deal. I'm getting, this firearm and 2 boxes of ammo, even if it's, crappy ammo that you never sell. It's just everyone wants to feel like they're getting more for less at the end of the day.
That's exactly right. That is awesome.
Yeah.
Hey,
And that's even, you can do that in a promotion as well, as do a discount on some products that maybe aren't moving so slow, and do a discount of 20% off of it or wherever you want to do, and have it be in the promotion too.
so here's my question to you guys, because we're already at an hour and a minute, which is surprising that we took this long. You guys are really slow. No, I think it was a really good webinar. If you had an idea for a promotion, what would you do with what you're seeing cold? Like, you say promotion would probably be the best thing, and this literally is our last question. Then I'm going to ask you the same thing, Oki. But what are you seeing specifically? Like, what product are you hearing about, or are you seeing as a consumer, just to give people a little bit more?
Oh, I'm the wrong person to ask that question to.
No, just your dream
I don't know.
promotion.
It's just,
What would your dream promotion be? Like, you're walking into the store and you're like, oh, I am definitely doing this. My wife is gonna hate me.
jeez, I really don't know. It's Trijicon just
I
says.
would say a Trijicon.
Yeah.
No, I would say
Yeah.
the Trijicon Thermal. Either the Trijicon Thermal or the Barrett 50. I know
Yeah.
you can't drive it, but you can put it on wheels, right? That would be cool. We don't all got that thermal money. No, what are you talking about? Those things are cheap. It's like $8,500. I'm just joking. Okay, Oki, what about you? What would you same question for you, but it's coming to what you suggested with Core Store.
Well, don't crucify me because I can't spend any money, so I don't even look at holiday deals.
Yeah.
Thanks to being locked down by the wife. But as far, I really, honestly, I don't know. I don't know what my dream deal would be. A 50 cal. I've shot one of those one time, and
I have two. One time.
The concussion from that just made me never want to do it again. But I really think, running a report, looking at your top moving handguns and throwing some ammo and targets into an item kit. As Josh Weinstein pointed out too, a lot of new shooters are going to be hitting this new year. So, put in some beginner shooting bundles, an AR, some mags,
1 month membership.
1 month. Yeah. If you do have a range, that's a great idea. Bundle a membership with the purchase of a product, give them a month free, or vice versa. Sign up for this membership, get 10 boxes of ammo for free, because now that's reoccurring revenue for you. You're going to get that money every month, and that's going to make up that's 100% profit, basically.
If your membership is priced just right, that magic spot where I think all subscriptions go and they thrive, where you may not use the subscription, but people just keep paying because it's so minor.
Netflix
right?
too. Think of Netflix.
I'm so disappointed in myself with everything that I'm spending on subscriptions, because it's like, doggone, man, I'm not even using this stuff. it hurts. So
Mhm.
find that sweet spot. Always offer that membership. You're getting all their information. You're getting that payment information. You're getting everything that you need for them to be a lifelong customer. And you're giving them something that they want, which is a place to shoot, a place to buy shooting supplies, and a place
And
to
make friends.
converse with like-minded people. So with that, guys, I'm going to we need to go out. We need to close it out with our song, don't we? Hey, let's close it out with our Christmas song. So for you guys that are on here, don't leave until I tell you to. I'm going to pull us off the screen and let everybody enjoy the Christmas song, and then we will see you in the next one. We're going to be doing another one in a week or two, so be on the lookout. If you do not receive our Core Weekly, make sure you put your email address in the comments here so we can get you on that list so you can keep up with this stuff, and we will see you in the next one. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Colt. See you in the next one.
Thank you, guys.
Rifles gleaming under Christmas lights, savage arms and weather bees in sight. The warmth of walnut, the gleam of steel, a perfect gift that feels so real. Whoa, it's Christmas in the gun shop, my friends. Deals on ammo and a Glock 10 Membetti blend. Stacking stuffers of 22 rounds and sights that'll light up the darkest of towns. AR-15s with magpul flare, bows and crossbows hanging there, boxes of horny tied up with bows, a case of Remington beneath the mistletoe. Outside the snow gently falls, but in here we're decking the walls. A Kimber 45, oh what a sight, under the tree this Christmas night. Oh, it's Christmas in the gun shop, my friends. Taurus revolvers and a Mossberg for you, Winchester deals that make you cheer. This is the magic of holiday gear. The jingle of bells and the click of a bolt, a Marlin lever gun that's pure gold. Families gather, making their picks, from shotguns to scopes and tactical kits. So raise a toast to the season's delight, a Christmas filled with firepower